Hi there, it's Jess Hubley, and just as a reminder, I'm doing my internship at Alternative Services. It's an agency that works with adults with mental health issues and intellectual disabilities. So this week I am doing my video on conflict and how to handle conflict. Um, in the context of a group that I started last week. Um, in the past, I have worked with kids and adolescents in residential treatment settings and in treatment school-based settings. Um, and and this group now is a group with young adults in it. So in the first group, I made sure to address the subject of conflict based on my past experience and the experience that folks who are a little bit younger don't always have fantastic, not only do they not have a lot of skills, coping skills, emotional intelligence skills, that kind of thing, they have less impulse control many times. Um, so I kind of looked ahead and foresaw the possibility for some conflict between group members. Um, you have several young adults who are not, even necessarily skilled at attending a group, much less, appropriate subjects to talk about, that sort of thing. So anyway, during the first group, as a group, we set norms and expectations. And some of those were around how we would handle potential areas of conflict. So I guess one of the ideas being that prediction is something that I've found really works pretty decently um, with most people. Actually, people like to know what to expect, and when they feel like they have some tools under their belt, sometimes they can handle a situation somewhat more appropriately. So we talked about and the group is about building skills, building life skills. So we talked about this kind of in the context of um, what skills would you use, what skills might you build on, that kind of thing, and um, had the members of the group offer each other suggestions and kind of give pointers. Um, so it was nice, honestly, to have that opportunity in a peaceful setting to talk about conflict and prepare for things. In the past, I've been in situations where you're just really in the middle of conflict and you're having to make decisions about safety. Um, the folks that I've worked in the past were not always folks who were able to have a conversation about how to handle a conflict appropriately. Just even approaching the conversation would have caused a conflict. Um, so it was really nice to just be able to ask questions and help folks identify possible triggers and say, well, what might you do you think if this were to happen in a group? What do you think would be the best idea for you? People offered each other suggestions, like taking a break or looking to the group leader to resolve a situation in certain circumstances. We talked about skills around how to appropriately take a break in a public situation, um, what respect looks like in a public situation, just some basic sort of not really conflict resolution skills, but how do you handle that in the moment and still know that you are being safe and appropriate. So it was a really good discussion. The folks that I was working with had a lot of good input, and it was an enjoyable group. So my question this week is, have you worked with clients before who experienced conflict amongst themselves, and how did you handle that situation or those situations? Hope everybody's having a good week.